Okay, good afternoon students. Today we will continue a part of our series, that is current affairs. That is something very important to Prelims 2025. So let us start the class now. Okay, Geological Survey of India, that is in the news because it finished. So you see this Geological Survey of India, it is entering into 175th year roughly. So that is in the very much in the news. So just we need to remember something about Geological Survey of India. See, Geological Survey of India is established by British actually. So it was established in 1859. Okay, the main purpose why it's established at that time is to extract coal. So they want to know the coal reserves of the India. So the main purpose of the establishment is coal, finding the coal in Indian land. Okay, so after independence, its mandate got much more increased. At present, Geological Survey of India comes under Ministry of Mines. This is very important. This is under Ministry of Mines. Its mandate got increased. It makes explorations. Exploration means finding out the minerals in the Indian land. Okay, so it starts from iron ore, rare earth metals, everything. So all these can be explored by the Geological Survey of India. One Survey of India will explore particular area and it will confirm what are the minerals available there, and it will also confirm the quantity of the mineral available there. So చాలా information ఇస్తుంది. What are the details it will give generally? Suppose there is a uranium resource found in Telangana. So suppose a Warangal. So it will give that area to extent that uranium resource was spread, and it will also give the extent, that means the quantity of the uranium resource available. That is second, it will also give up to what depth they are present. So it gives an exploration. This is called exploration, finding out. So once it was explored, then government will try to go for auctions. Say as it is an atomic mineral and uranium, atomic minerals will be solely explored or extracted by government institutions only. Non-atomic minerals will be auctioned for private also. Suppose Singareni coal undi. So it can be auctioned for both government and private. But atomic minerals will be solely extracted by Government of India as of now. But there is a proposals to expand it to the private sector also. But still that is not taken place. But it is solely extracted by government. So what it will do? Geological mapping. Systemic mapping of country geological formations. Second is mineral exploration. Third, seismology and earthquake studies, because as Geological Survey of India maps entire earth of Indian soil, it will also give knowledge about seismic activities at a particular place and others. And it is, see, Geological Survey of India also gives a early warning system of landslides in northeast. So it takes place in disaster management also. It has its role in disaster management also. Because while it exploring the Indian earth, Indian land, it will get to know the seismic sensitive areas, landslide areas, etc. So Geological Survey of India also play important role in disaster management, not only for mineral exploration, but disaster management also. So important concept here is that comes under Ministry of Mines, and it's mainly what are the activities it will do. And one more thing, its headquarters is in Calcutta. That is one of the important. So its headquarters exist in Calcutta because British established in Calcutta. From then it is continuing in Calcutta itself. So this is something about Geological Survey of India. Okay. Next point is biofuels. So biofuels are very much in the news recently. Okay. So we'll discuss what are biofuels, what are the different types of biofuels. See, biofuels are renewable energy sources. They use different residues, crop residues, food crops, algae, etc. Even waste can all be used to generate renewable biofuels. So they can be say a renewable energy source. Biofuel is a renewable energy source. That means they won't end because we will generate waste. From waste also biofuel will be generated. From food crops, from wheat, from sugar starch, we can get from corn starch, we can get biofuels. We use certain types of algae to also get the biofuels. So biofuels can be two types. It can be petrol or diesel, biopetrol or biodiesel. These fuels can be used in vehicles. These fuels can be used in power generation because this fuel will be used to produce heat and can run turbines. Power generation, heating, etc. So why we India concentrating so much on biofuels? First thing is India is highly dependent country on imports of oils. We import petroleum and it is subjected to various fluctuations on international markets. Suppose there is a war in Middle East, petroleum prices going to be increased. Okay, and India is going to be at receiving end. So, but we have huge opportunity to generate biofuels in domestic level so that we can reduce dependency on imported fuels. At the same time, when you generate these biofuels at larger scale, the cost may come down drastically. See, when solar energy at first time it got set up, we used to get a unit at 10 to 12 rupees. Today we are getting unit at 2 rupees also. So because of mass production and technological improvement. So we are on to biofuels, we are also want to improve the biofuel mixture in Indian energy source. Okay, so various types of biofuels. The first generation biofuels. See here the biofuels are generated based upon food crops. Here we use sugarcane, corn, vegetable oils to generate biofuels. Suppose ethanol, it will be generated from molasses, that is sugarcane starch. And biodiesels can be made from vegetable oils or animal fats. Okay, the biggest disadvantage of this one is, here we are using food crops for generating fuel. India is a highly populated country. When you divert our land from food crops to a biofuel, when you divert our food grains from people to fuels, we will face a food security issues and hunger deaths. So generally this was not encouraged nowadays. Then comes second generation biofuels. Here we don't use food crops. Rather than we use various things. We use wood. We may use certain biofuel plants, jatropha plants. Here we may use agriculture residues. Here we use waste. So this is very much important because here in second generation we can use waste and agriculture residue to produce biofuels. It solves two problems. The first problem is we are generating fuel domestically. Second is the waste management is biggest problem in India. So by converting this waste or agriculture residue, because the Punjab farmers and Haryana farmers burns the agriculture residue, this leads to pollution in Delhi. So when we efficiently use this to convert into fuel, the problem of waste is also solved and fuel also solved. So second generation way, this is the second generation biofuels. So they are derived from non-edible plants. And comes to third generation biofuels, they use certain type of algae. See, this certain type of algae is observed. The algae advantage and algae grows very fast. See, compared to the crops like jatropha etc., the growth rate of algae is very fast. When growth rate of algae is very fast, we will get more input for fuel. They can be grown in very small areas. Okay, they can be grown very fast. Even they can be grown on water also. Certain type of algae grows on water. So when algae grows on water, it will solve the problem of land. We need land for growth of jatropha or other fuel plants. But algae can grow anywhere. Most of the areas it can grow very fast, very cheap. This is the advantage. That is third generation biofuels get from algae. And fourth generation, we use GM, genetically modified algae. See, algae having certain characteristics. See, generally a natural algae may grow slowly. It may need certain type of conditions. When you use a genetically modified algae, it can grow in any environment and it can be grown very, very fast. So it can produce more input again. So at present, India mainly concentrating on second generation biofuels. We want to generate biofuels from crop residue, waste and non-food crops. Okay. So this is about biofuels. and their various generations. Okay, advantages of biofuels is, first thing, it will reduce import dependence of India. Second thing, it can be generated from various sources. So waste management also included in it. India introduced a national biofuel policy in 2018. You may ask a question. 2018 policy ఇప్పుడు అడుగుతారా prelims లో? So definitely they are asking. 2018 biofuel policy was asked in 2022, I remember. So there is nothing, see, certain policies are evergreen. Because after this policy, no policy came about biofuels. So that is important. This policy classified biofuels into basic and advanced types. So what are basic? Basic means the first generation of biofuels that use food crops to produce biofuels. Advanced means other generation. There is second generation, third generation biofuels are called advanced biofuels. Okay. So one of the key areas, key changes that happened here is, see, generally manaku oka trade off unde. There is a trade off. Generally people used to oppose using food grains for biofuel generation. Okay, but India we have peculiar situation. We observe that there is a bumper crop. There are certain years there is very over production of wheat, over production of sugar. Okay, there is a over production of wheat and sugar. Atla manam em chesukovali, what we need to do? They are lying vacant in FCA godowns. So now this policy allows the excess food grains to be used for biofuels. That is very important. Excess food grains can be used. Similarly, rotten food grains, suppose rotten potato, padaipoyina potatoes, that can be also used for biofuel generation. So this policy allows using of food crops or food grains for generation of biofuels. However, there is a committee, they establish a committee. The committee will approve. Okay, and because the trade-off between food and non-food should be taken place. So there will be establishment of a committee. The committee decides whether to use it or not. Once committee says okay, we can use these food grains, that is war produced food grains, for biofuels. And generally we are encouraging second generation. We want to produce ethanol from agricultural waste, municipal wastes and non-food crops. So we are giving a viability gap funding, VGF, viability gap funding for the second generation and advanced generation biofuels. ఎందుకంటే for generating these biofuels we need more investment, more technology which is not very much available in India. So very costly to produce from other generations. That's why government is giving some incentives in the form of viability gap funding to establishment of these plants. So one of the biggest disadvantages of biofuels is they need advanced technology and they need technical persons to operate. That is the issues with biofuels. Okay, this is about biofuel and biofuel policy. Next is green hydrogen. This is very much in the news. Okay, because why it is in the news? Because India want to be a global leader, not only achieve self-sufficiency. India want to be a global leader in green hydrogen. Green hydrogen is a very, very powerful fuel. It can be replace our petrol and diesel also. Okay, what is green hydrogen? See, water is H2O. When you split this water by electrolysis, the process called electrolysis, we may get 2H2 plus O2. Okay, when you split the water, I am just balancing the equation. We can get H2 hydrogen and oxygen. So what we are going to get is oxygen as a fuel and O2, that is nothing but water vapor as a byproduct. There is no pollution here. Okay, here we need the power, electric power to do this electrolysis. Suppose we are using that electrolysis, if we are using a renewable energy, that means we are using a solar energy, we are using a wind energy for this process, then we can say green hydrogen, because solar power won't produce any greenhouse gases. Okay, so it is a zero emission, so it is called green hydrogen. Suppose there is one more hydrogen called blue hydrogen. What is this blue hydrogen is? Here we use natural gas. But by using natural gas we will get some carbon. What we'll do, we'll capture this carbon. You won't let it go to atmosphere. That is the difference. In blue hydrogen, we use natural gas, but we use the carbon capturing techniques. We'll discuss some other time what are the techniques. But we capture this carbon, so it is generally a low emission. See, we can't completely capture every carbon. Some emissions will be there. So it is called blue hydrogen. Suppose we are using natural gas, that is methane, natural gas, and we are not capturing any carbon. It is some pollution. So by using natural gas, it is called grey hydrogen without any capturing technique. And brown or black hydrogen, where we use coal gasification or coal for generation of power and using of electrolysis, it is called black hydrogen or brown hydrogen. So what are the advantages of this hydrogen? See, the hydrogen can be used for traction. See, heavy traction. See, traction is nothing but movement. Okay, it can be used for hydrogen trains. We can move the trains with the hydrogen. Germany is the first country in the world used these hydrogen trains. Now we are also started using hydrogen buses. This hydrogen can be used for a heating purpose, etc. This is a very good fuel, hydrogen. So as we have water abundant, we have good amount of water, and we have good amount of solar energy potential, wind energy potential. మనం కరెక్ట్గా సోలార్ ఎనర్జీ పొటెన్షియల్, విండ్ ఎనర్జీ పొటెన్షియల్ యూజ్ చేసుకుని ఈ వాటర్ ద్వారా హైడ్రోజన్ కనుక క్రియేట్ చేస్తే హైడ్రోజన్ కెన్ బి రీప్లేస్ యాజ్ అ ఫ్యూయల్ ఇన్ అవర్ వెహికల్స్. ఓకే, వెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ రీప్లేస్డ్, అవర్ ఇంపోర్ట్ డిపెండెన్సీ విల్ రెడ్యూస్, అవర్ ఇంపోర్ట్ బిల్స్ గెట్ రెడ్యూస్డ్. సిమిలర్లీ, as world is moving towards green fuels because of climate change, we even can export this green hydrogen. ఏ విధంగా అయితే మనం ఆయిల్ ఇంపోర్ట్ చేసుకుంటున్నామో, ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్ we may export this green hydrogen to European countries, other countries, so we can earn lot of dollars again. So it has both. On one hand it reduces the imports, on one hand it can be export potential. Okay, we have given a national hydrogen policy. So green hydrogen policy. So the main aim is 5 million metric tons of green hydrogen production per year by 2030. This is important, remember this. So one of our key target is to achieve 5 million metric tons of green hydrogen production by 2030. And for this we are giving lot of funds, viability gap funding. We want to develop number of electrolyzers, because the biggest issue is we don't have good electrolyzers. We don't have technology, because still it is a nascent technology. Similarly, the fuel produced by this technology is costly compared to our petrol. That is one of the limitation. కొంచెం కాస్ట్లీ. ఓకే, అయితే ఏ విధంగా అయితే సోలార్ పవర్ టెక్నాలజీ ఇంప్రూవ్ అవడం ద్వారానో, మాస్ ప్రొడక్షన్ ద్వారా ఏ విధంగా సోలార్ పవర్ యొక్క కాస్ట్ 10 రూపీస్ నుంచి 2 రూపీస్కి పడిపోయిందో, టుమారో వీ విల్ గెట్ దిస్ హైడ్రోజన్ ఫ్యూయల్ బై 50 రూపీస్ ఓన్లీ. ఇఫ్ ఈ మాస్ ప్రొడక్షన్ చేసి టెక్నాలజీస్ బాగా ఇంప్రూవ్ అయితే విల్ గెట్ దిస్. అండ్ వన్ మోర్ ఇష్యూ ఈజ్ ద హైడ్రోజన్ ఈజ్ వెరీ లైట్ ఫ్యూయల్. సో టు స్టోర్ హైడ్రోజన్ వీ నీడ్ వెరీ లో టెంపరేచర్స్. That is one of the issue that make this fuel costly also. So suppose if you want to remove a petrol bunk, if you want to remove a petrol bunk and you want to establish a hydrogen bunk, we need such a technology that need to put this hydrogen at very low temperatures, and hydrogen easily it can ignite. That is the issue. So all need to be overcome. But hydrogen is very energy dense, so it can improve the efficiency of the vehicle also. When you use hydrogen, it improves efficiency of the vehicle also. Okay, that is one advantage. Okay, pollution free. Hydrogen fuel is pollution free. Okay, it has high energy density. These are the characteristics I am giving. High energy density. See, remember, when a fuel has high energy density, it occupies less space for same power. Obviously, okay. Yeah, these are the advantages of hydrogen and the green hydrogen policy of India. Next is seagrass and seaweed, because one day back there is a news about this seagrass in Indian Express, and this is one of the favorite topic for UPSC also. So let us see what about difference between seagrass and seaweeds and their importance. See, remember, good number of UPSC questions are asked on this topic. See, remember it is sea grass. See, it is name only grass. Generally, it is a flowering plant. పేర్లోన గ్రాస్ అని ఉంది అంతే, బట్ ఇట్స్ నాట్ రియల్లీ a grass. It is a plant. Remember, it is a plant. It is a marine flowering plant. So this plant has roots. This plant has leaves. It also gives flowers. So this grass is a plant. పేరు అలా వచ్చింది అంతే. It is just called a grass, but it is a flowering plant. Remember, it has roots, it has stem, it has leaves, and it gives flowers. So has roots, stems, leaves. It produces flowers, seeds, and pollen grains. And remember, as it is a flowering plant, is a plant. See, it needs some sunlight to survive. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఎప్పుడైనా కూడా ప్లాంట్ బతకాలంటే సన్లైట్ కావాలి. బికాస్ ఫ్రమ్ ద సన్లైట్ ఇట్ విల్ డూ photosynthesis and generate its food. Okay, so suppose say it is a ocean. This is called shallow part. This is the upper part. It is lower part. Generally, plants won't go so much deep. Enduku? Because when it goes so much deep, it won't receive any sunlight. So it can't photosynthesize. So this, as this is a plant, it generally found in shallow coastal waters. మీన్స్ అంటే కొంచెం ఒడ్డుకు దగ్గరగా దొరుకుతాయి అనమాట, మరీ మిడ్ ఓషన్కి వెళ్ళవు. బికాజ్ ఎట్ సచ్ ఎ డెప్త్ ఇట్ వోంట్ గెట్ ఎనీ సోలార్ ఎనర్జీ. ఓకే, యూజెస్ సోలార్ ఎనర్జీ. ఓకే, సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ సీ గ్రాస్ ఈజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ ఫుడ్ ఫర్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ మెరైన్ యానిమల్స్. సో ఎక్కడైనా సీ గ్రాస్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటే దెర్ విల్ బి ఏ గుడ్ బయోడైవర్సిటీ. దే విల్ ప్రొవైడ్ ఫుడ్ ఫర్ మెనీ యానిమల్స్. దే ఆల్సో ప్రొడ్యూస్ హ్యాచింగ్ గ్రౌండ్ ఫర్ మెనీ యానిమల్స్. వాళ్ళు గుడ్లు హ్యాచ్ చేయడానికి కూడా ఈ ఏరియాస్ యూజ్ అవుతాయి. సిమిలర్లీ దే విల్ రీసైకిల్ ద న్యూట్రియంట్స్. దే ప్లే వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ రోల్ ఇన్ రీసైక్లింగ్ ఆఫ్ న్యూట్రియంట్స్. సిమిలర్లీ డిజాస్టర్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కూడా యూజ్ అవుతాయి. ఎక్కడైతే సీ గ్రాస్ హెవీగా ఉందో వీళ్ళు కాల్ సీ గ్రాస్ మిడోస్ అంటమాట. సో సునామీస్ కానీ హెవీ వేవ్స్ కానీ కోస్టల్ ఏరియాని కట్ చేయకుండా యూజ్ అవుతాయి. దే యూజ్ ఇన్ డిజాస్టర్ మేనేజ్మెంట్. ఓకే, సిమిలర్లీ they play a very important role in carbon sequestration because they will absorb the carbon. So carbon sequestration kuda chala use aitadi. So provides habitat and nursery to marine species, carbon sequestration, coastal protection, and they found in tropical and temperate regions. That is very important. Tropical and temperate regions lo doruktayi because they need sunlight, because they are plants. Generally in Arctic area plants we won't find because they don't have much sunlight there. So as these are plants, flowering plants, they found in tropical and temperate regions. Coming to seaweed. See, weed is nothing but an algae. See, algae can survive in any environment. Remember, some algae can survive in any environment. They can survive in deep waters, they can survive in top waters. They can survive in cold climate, they can survive in hot climate. And they grow much fast. So seaweed is a marine algae. So algae is something don't have any roots, flowers and anything. It just ఒక నాచు లాంటిది అంతే, దానికి ఏం ఫ్లవర్స్ అలాంటివి ఏమి ఉండవు. సో ఫౌండ్ ఇన్ వేరియస్ ఓషన్ జోన్స్, షాలో వాటర్స్, డీప్ వాటర్స్, అండ్ దే అబ్జర్వ్ న్యూట్రియంట్స్, కెన్ సర్వైవ్ ఇన్ లో సన్లైట్ కండిషన్స్ ఆల్సో యాజ్ ఎ సైడ్. ఓకే, సో దే ప్రొవైడ్ ఫుడ్ అండ్ ఆక్సిజన్ టు మెరైన్ లైఫ్. అండ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్, some seaweeds, the question comes like this UPSC mein. Seaweeds can be used in food, used in fertilizers, can be used as biofuels, can be used in cosmetics. N number of applications are there for seaweeds. And there is a seaweed cultivation also. We are encouraging seaweed cultivation in coastal areas because of these advantages. Clear? So we need to understand the clear difference between seaweed and seagrass because the comparison still now not asked in UPSC. So I am expecting some comparison because I already asked individually. Seaweed అనేది ఇండివిజువల్గా అడిగాడు, ద అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఏంటి, సీవీడ్ అంటే ఏంటి అని అడిగాడు. సీగ్రాస్ గురించి ఇప్పటివరకు అడగలేదు, కంపారిజన్ అడగలేదు. సో వీ కెన్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ ఎ క్వశ్చన్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్. ఓకే, సో నెక్స్ట్ స్మాల్ మాడ్యులర్ రియాక్టర్స్. సో వై ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ న్యూస్? బికాస్ ఇన్ రీసెంట్ బడ్జెట్ the Honorable Finance Minister said we are going to encourage nuclear power, especially small modular reactors. Okay, so let us discuss something about the small modular reactors, and understanding is necessary and most expected question this was in science and technology. See, in a nuclear power plant, we have reactors. In reactor, the nuclear uranium or whatever may be the fuel will be placed. అది హీట్ జనరేట్ చేస్తుంది. ఈ హీట్ నుంచి we will run turbines and it will run generator and we'll get power. I will explain this tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I want to take that nuclear, three-stage nuclear thing. Then I will explain, but you remember this. So generally these reactors are larger reactors. We have pressurized water reactors, boiling water reactors, number of reactors. But small modular reactor is something very different. That is, first of all, they are small compared to these reactors, first thing. And they are modular. What is this modular? That can be expanded. That can be expanded. See, today నాకు ఒక 100 megawatt, 20 megawatts stall అనుకుందాం. Today I need only 20 megawatts. I install a stall modular reactor 20 megawatts. Tomorrow I want to add 20 megawatts more. Then I will add something to this only. I won't buy new, I won't replace entirely. Okay, so it can be expanded with respect to the demand. Similarly, small modular reactors are safe compared to large modular reactors. So large reactors. Because they have an inbuilt mechanism. Okay. Smaller size, typically 1/3 of size of conventional nuclears, and modular reactors. And modular means something like this. It is like a prefabricated. They can be assembled at factory and just deployed at the place. So very fastly we can construct. So when you use small modular reactors, we can complete the project very fastly because they are prefabricated. So generally transported simply and installed. So fastly we can operate the project. Okay. And enhance the safety. They use passive cooling systems, reducing the risks of meltdown. See, nuclear damage and suppose the nuclear reaction produces huge amount of heat. Heat అనేది కంట్రోల్లో ఉండాలి. For controlling that heat, we will use moderators, we will use boron control rods. Okay. If this breaches this heat, ఇది పేలిపోతుంది. The reactor పేలినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే న్యూక్లియర్ ఇష్యూస్ వస్తాయి. Okay, it uses some passive cooling technology. It's a technology that always runs. సో దీనివల్ల ఏంటంటే ద రిక్వైర్డ్ టెంపరేచర్ మెయింటైన్ అవుతుంది ఈ స్మాల్ మోడ్యులర్ రియాక్టర్స్లో. అది ఈజీ స్మాలర్ రియాక్టర్స్లో మెయింటైన్ చేయడం. లార్జర్ రియాక్టర్స్లో ఆ సిస్టమ్ మెయింటైన్ చేయడం కష్టం కొంచెం వరకు. ఇన్ లార్జర్ రియాక్టర్స్ వీ యూస్ కంట్రోల్ రాడ్స్. సో ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ హియర్ దిస్. టుమారో ఐ విల్ టేక్ కంట్రోల్ రాడ్స్ లైక్ boron rods we'll use. I will explain that concept very neatly tomorrow. And scalability, multiple SMR units can be combined to increase power output as needed. I already explained. And it can be used in power generation, hydrogen production, desalination, and industrial heating. See, heat అనేది ఎక్కడైనా వాడచ్చు. Okay, industrial heatingలో వాడచ్చు. And this power can be used in desalination. This power can be used in electric generation. So the advantage of small modular reactor is they are comparatively safe, they are comparatively cheap, they are comparatively smaller, and finally they can be expanded, scaled, and the power plant that want to use small modular reactors can be operated very fast. Construction kuda fast and aitundi. So these are all the advantages of small modular reactors. So this is very important concept. I am expecting a question on this definitely. And nuclear energy మీద కూడా క్వశ్చన్ వచ్చే అవకాశం ఉంది. ఎందుకంటే we want by 100 gigawatts of nuclear energy by 2047 subject to correction. ఓకే, సో న్యూక్లియర్ ఎనర్జీ మీద కానీ న్యూక్లియర్ రియాక్టర్స్ మీద కానీ లేదా యురేనియం మీద కానీ థోరియం మీద కానీ లేదా న్యూక్లియర్ ఎనర్జీ మీద కానీ క్వశ్చన్ రావచ్చు. సో ఐ విల్ డిస్కస్ దట్ ఇన్ నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్. బట్ యూ రిమెంబర్ ది స్మాల్ మాడ్యులర్ రియాక్టర్స్. ఐఎమ్ ఎక్స్పెక్టింగ్ ఏ క్వశ్చన్ ఇన్ దిస్. వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకే, దట్స్ ఇట్. టుడే we discussed about mostly we discussed today science and technology and environment current affairs today. So that is very useful because science and technology and environment combinedly you will get 30 questions, no doubt in it. Endukante environment is this prelims itself is a entrance for forest service also. Definitely 15 questions from environment they will ask, and science and technology also getting its own importance. So expecting 30 questions. Focus on those topics, very important. Thank you.